From the gritty streets of Brooklyn to the sun-drenched hills of Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers franchise is not just a baseball team, it's a living monument to history, resilience, and unparalleled star power. Generations of legends have worn the Dodger blue, forging a legacy that spans over a century. But who stands tallest among the Titans? Who defined what it means to be a Dodger? Today we dive into the heart of one of baseball's most storied organizations to rank the 20 greatest Los Angeles Dodgers players of all time. This is not just a list of statistics, it's a chronicle of the heroes who brought the championships, shattered barriers, and carved their names into the immortal blue. Number 20. Maury Wills. Maury Wills wasn't the biggest star, but he might have been the most disruptive player of his generation, and he completely changed the way baseball was played. In 1962, Wills rewrote the rulebook on speed and made the stolen base cool again. He swiped 104 bags that year, shattering Ty Cobb's long-standing record of 96 and forcing pitchers, catchers, and managers to rethink how they approached the game. Wills was more than a base stealer. He was a table setter, the spark plug at the top of the Dodgers lineup during their dominant years in the 1960s. Defensively, Wills was steady and sure-handed at shortstop, anchoring the Dodgers infield with his range and reliability. He was named to 7 All-Star teams, won an MVP award in that historic 1962 season, and played a key role in 3 World Series titles. Beyond the numbers, Wills brought an identity to Dodgers baseball. His hustle and fearless style of play embodied the grit of the team, reminding fans that the game wasn't just about power, it was about smarts, speed, and execution. Number 19. Don Sutton. Don Sutton was the very definition of a workhorse, a pitcher whose career was built on durability, intelligence, and quiet excellence. Over his 16 seasons with the Dodgers, Sutton became one of the most dependable arms in franchise history, taking the ball every 5th day and giving his team a chance to win. With a devastating curveball, pinpoint control, and an ability to outthink hitters, he strung together season after season of consistency. He won 233 games as a Dodger, the most in franchise history. His longevity was remarkable. Sutton started more games and pitched more innings than any other pitcher in Dodgers history, and he struck out over 2,600 batters in a Dodger uniform. He was a 4-time All-Star and helped the team reach 4 World Series, winning the championship in his return season in 1988. Today, Sutton is remembered as one of the cornerstones of Dodgers pitching history. Number 18. Ron Cey. Ron Cey, affectionately nicknamed the Penguin because of his distinctive running style, was one of the cornerstones of the Dodgers' success in the 1970s and early 1980s. A rock-solid third baseman, Cey brought a mix of power, leadership, and consistency that made him one of the most respected players of his era. Cey was a 6-time All-Star and one of the most productive hitters in the Dodgers lineup. His compact swing and excellent eye at the plate made him a threat in the middle of the order year after year. One of Cey's defining moments came during the 1981 postseason, when he helped lead the Dodgers to a World Series title over the New York Yankees. Today, the Penguin is remembered not only for his quirky nickname, but for being a steadying force during one of the most competitive stretches in Dodgers history. Number 17. Kirk Gibson. No list of Dodgers legends would be complete without Kirk Gibson. Even though he only played 2 seasons with the team, his impact was seismic. Gibson's 1988 MVP season was the heartbeat of a Dodgers squad that wasn't supposed to win at all. Then came the moment that forever etched him into baseball history, Game 1 of the 1988 World Series. Gibson, injured and barely able to walk, hobbled to the plate as a pinch hitter against Dennis Eckersley, the most dominant closer in baseball. Down to his final strike, Gibson launched a walk-off home run into the right field bleachers, limping around the bases, fist pumping. That homer wasn't just a game winner, it shifted the entire series. The Dodgers went on to upset the powerhouse Oakland Athletics and claimed the championship. Gibson's grit, leadership, and ability to inspire a team make him one of the most beloved Dodgers ever. Number 16. Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges was more than just a great first baseman. He was the steady heartbeat of the Dodgers during their golden years in Brooklyn and their early seasons in Los Angeles. Known for his strength at the plate and his quiet, dignified leadership, Hodges became one of the most beloved figures in franchise history and a key reason the Dodgers evolved from lovable losers to perennial champions. Hodges manned first base for Brooklyn and later Los Angeles, becoming one of the most feared power hitters of his era. He hit 370 home runs in his career, most of them with the Dodgers. His contributions helped Brooklyn finally get over the hump, delivering its first World Series title in 1955 after years of heartbreak. In 2022, decades after his passing, Hodges was finally enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame, a long overdue recognition of his impact both on and off the field. Today, he stands as one of the most enduring figures in Dodgers history. Number 15, Orel Hershiser. Orel Bulldog Hershiser is synonymous with grit, dominance, and unshakable poise on the mound. During his time with the Dodgers, he became the heart and soul of the pitching staff, a true workhorse whose career was defined by one of the most remarkable seasons in baseball history. Hershiser's 1988 campaign remains the stuff of legend. He set a major league record with 59 consecutive scoreless innings, a streak that still stands today. In the 1988 postseason, Hershiser put together one of the most dominant pitching performances in baseball history. He was more than just an ace. He was a leader and mentor for younger pitchers, setting the standard for professionalism and work ethic in the Dodgers clubhouse. Over his 13 seasons with Los Angeles, Hershiser became one of the most beloved players in franchise history, winning 135 games as a Dodger. Number 14, Don Drysdale. Don Drysdale was the embodiment of power and intimidation on the mound, a pitcher who combined talent, toughness, and swagger to become one of the most iconic figures in Dodgers history. For more than a decade, he formed one of baseball's most legendary pitching duos alongside Sandy Koufax, giving the Dodgers a 1-2 punch that terrified opponents. Over his 14-year career, Drysdale compiled 209 wins through 49 shutouts and struck out 2,486 batters, numbers that made him one of the most feared pitchers of his era. He was a 9-time All-Star, the 1962 National League Cy Young Award winner, and a key part of 3 Dodgers World Series championship teams. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1984, cementing his place among the all-time greats. Number 13, Zach Wheat. Long before the move west, there was Zach Wheat, an outfielder who spent 18 seasons with the Dodgers. He remains the franchise leader in hits with 2,804 games played and at-bats. Wheat was a consistent hitting machine, retiring with a .317 career batting average as a Dodger. Beyond hits and games played, Wheat also remains the Dodgers' all-time leader in doubles, triples, and total bases. He also helped lead Brooklyn to its first ever pennant in 1916 and again in 1920, giving the borough a taste of baseball glory well before the team's golden years. Wheat was rightfully enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame, forever recognized as one of the game's great early stars and the first true legend of the Dodgers. Number 12, Dazzy Vance. Dazzy Vance wasn't just a great pitcher of his era, he was a phenomenon who practically defined pitching dominance in the 1920s. Arriving to the Brooklyn Robins a bit later in his career, Vance quickly established himself as the most feared arm in the National League. His fastball exploded out of his hand, and his signature overhand curveball baffled hitters for a decade. In 1924, Vance had a season for the ages. He didn't just win the National League MVP, he captured the pitching Triple Crown, leading the league in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. Vance's strikeout numbers were so far ahead of his peers that he often doubled the totals of the next closest pitcher, making him the premier power pitcher of his generation. By the time he retired, he had cemented his legacy as one of the most dominant and entertaining pitchers ever to wear Dodger blue. His 1955 induction into the Hall of Fame was the ultimate recognition of a career that shaped the franchise's early identity. Number 11, Willie Davis. Willie Davis was the definition of a quiet superstar, a player whose greatness wasn't always measured by gaudy home run totals, but by how much he made his team better in every aspect of the game. Davis brought his own brand of excellence to the position. He was fast, lightning fast, and his speed wasn't just for show. It turned singles into doubles, doubles into triples, and closed down gaps in the outfield that most players couldn't dream of covering. Smooth, graceful, and instinctive, he patrolled center field like he owned it. His 3 gold gloves barely scratched the surface of how much much ground he covered and how many runs he saved for Dodgers pitchers. At the plate, he was a contact hitter who knew how to set the tone. He collected over 2,500 hits in his career, with a swing built for consistency rather than power, making him the perfect table setter for the rest of the Dodgers lineup. Willie Davis may not always get mentioned in the same breath as the flashiest Dodgers, but for those who watched him play, he was every bit as essential to the Dodgers' identity in the 1960s. Number 10, Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey was more than just the Dodgers' first baseman. He was the picture of reliability and professionalism, a cornerstone of the franchise through the 1970s and early 80s. Known for his movie star looks, steady glove, and clutch bat, Garvey became one of the most popular players in Dodgers history and a model of consistency. He was a 10-time All-Star, earning MVP honors in 2 All-Star games, and won the 1974 National League MVP award after hitting .312 with 21 home runs and 111 RBIs. His smooth, compact swing and ability to hit for both average and power made him one of the league's most feared hitters in the middle of the Dodgers lineup. Garvey was also a brilliant defender, winning 4 Gold Gloves and providing steady play at a position that demands consistency. Garvey's combination of durability, leadership, and big game performances made him a fan favorite and a symbol of Dodgers baseball during his era. Number 9, Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts isn't just a star. He's the kind of player who changes a franchise's trajectory the moment he walks through the door. When the Dodgers made the blockbuster trade to bring him to Los Angeles in 2020, they weren't just getting a great hitter, they were getting one of the most complete players of his generation. Betts wasted no time proving his worth, leading by example, dazzling with his bat, his glove, and his legs. In his very first season, he helped deliver what Dodgers fans had been waiting over 3 decades for, a World Series title. His combination of speed, power, and baseball IQ is rare. Whether it's robbing a home run in right field, taking an extra base with perfect instincts, or delivering a clutch hit, Betts impacts the game in every way imaginable. He's already collected multiple Gold Gloves and Silver Sluggers in Dodger blue, and he continues to be in the MVP conversation every year. For many fans, Mookie Betts is the perfect embodiment of the modern Dodger, talented, exciting, and built to win for years to come. His arrival signaled the start of a new era, one where the Dodgers don't just compete, they expect to dominate. Number 8, Fernando Valenzuela. The phenomenon known as Fernandomania wasn't just about baseball, it was a cultural moment that united a city and captured the imagination of fans worldwide. In 1981, a 20-year-old Fernando Valenzuela took the mound for the Dodgers and instantly became a sensation. With his signature high leg kick, skyward glance, and devastating screwball, he mesmerized hitters and brought an energy to the ballpark that hadn't been felt in decades. Valenzuela's rookie season remains one of the most remarkable campaigns in Major League history. His dominance was rewarded with both the National League Rookie of the Year and Cy Young Award, making him the only player in history to win both honors in the same season. Over his Dodgers career, Valenzuela became a 6-time All-Star, threw a no-hitter in 1990, and remained a fan favorite long after his peak years. His lasting influence can still be felt today, with the Dodgers finally retiring his iconic number 34 in 2023. Fernando Valenzuela wasn't just a great pitcher, he was a movement, a phenomenon that forever changed the Dodgers, Major League Baseball, and the relationship between the team and its fans. Number 7, Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza wasn't just the greatest hitting catcher of his era, he was a revelation. He became one of the most feared hitters in baseball history. His story is one of perseverance and talent meeting opportunities. A true underdog turned superstar, Piazza's bat changed what it meant to be a catcher. In just 6 full seasons with the Dodgers, he slashed an incredible .331 with 177 home runs. He was named the 1993 National League Rookie of the Year and quickly became a perennial all-star, bringing power, consistency, and flair to the Dodgers lineup. What made Piazza special wasn't just his ability to hit for power, it was his ability to hit for average as well. He was a line-to-line hitter with a smooth, powerful swing, capable of driving the ball out of the park to any field. He became the face of the Dodgers in the mid-1990s, a star who drew fans to the ballpark and made the team a perennial contender. Piazza's years in Dodger blue laid the foundation for his Hall of Fame career. Number 6, Duke Snider. Duke Snider, known forever as the Duke of Flatbush, was the beating heart of Brooklyn baseball during its golden era. Snider became the symbol of Dodgers pride. From 1953 to 1957, Snider was at his absolute peak, delivering 5 consecutive seasons of 40 or more home runs, a feat that put him in the company of legends. He wasn't just a slugger though, he was a complete ball player. He was a cornerstone of the Dodgers' Boys of Summer teams, helping lead Brooklyn to 6 National League pennants and 2 World Series titles, including the team's beloved 1955 championship. Snider's rivalry with Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle became one of baseball's great debates. The 3 iconic New York center fielders of the 1950s, each with their own loyal fan base. He left Brooklyn with over 400 home runs, nearly 2,000 hits, and a legacy as the face of an era. To this day, the Duke of Flatbush remains one of the most beloved players ever to wear Dodger blue. Number 5. Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw isn't just the best pitcher of his generation, he's one of the greatest of all time. A left-handed flamethrower with a wicked curveball and pinpoint control, Kershaw has defined pitching excellence in the modern era. Debuting in 2008 for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Kershaw quickly became the ace of the staff. He has already won 3 Cy Young Awards, an MVP, and a World Series championship in 2020. His peak between 2011 and 2017 was otherworldly. In 2014, he went 21-3 with a 1.77 ERA and a 0.86 whip, striking out 239 batters in just 198 innings. Kershaw has led the league in ERA 5 times and strikeouts 3 times. Despite some early postseason struggles, he cemented his legacy with dominant performances in the 2020 playoffs. His career ERA under 2.50, over 3,000 strikeouts, and career WR near 80 ensure his place among the greatest. Number 4. Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee Reese wasn't just the shortstop of the Boys of Summer. He was their conscience, their steadying force, and their quiet leader. Known simply as the captain, Reese was the glue that held together the great Brooklyn Dodgers teams of the 1940s and 1950s. A 10-time All-Star and eventual Hall of Famer, he combined slick fielding, sharp instincts, and reliable hitting with a calm presence that made him one of the most respected players of his generation. He still holds the franchise record for plate appearances and ranks second in runs scored, a testament to both his consistency and his durability over a 16-year career. His quiet leadership shone brightest when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947. In the face of hostile crowds and open prejudice, Reese famously walked over to Robinson during a game and put his arm around him, a gesture that sent a powerful message of unity to fans and teammates alike. It remains one of the most iconic moments in baseball history, symbolizing courage, empathy, and progress. With 7 National League pennants and 1 World Series title to his name, Pee Wee Reese remains one of the most beloved figures in Dodgers history. Number 3. Roy Campanella. Roy Campanella was a brilliance personified behind the plate, a once-in-a-generation catcher whose combination of power, defense, and leadership made him one of the cornerstones of the Brooklyn Dodgers dynasty. A 3-time National League MVP, Campy was the heart and soul of those Boys of Summer teams. His ability to both control the game defensively and be a force offensively was rare, even by today's standards. At the plate, Campanella was a slugger in every sense of the word. He produced multiple seasons with 30-plus home runs and over 100 RBIs, anchoring the Dodgers lineup during their most successful years. He thrived under pressure, delivering clutch hits when the team needed them most and providing the offensive punch. Roy Campanella's legacy endures not just in the record books, but in the very spirit of the Dodgers franchise. He is remembered as one of the greatest catchers in baseball history, a player whose impact went beyond statistics, embodying what it meant to be a leader and a champion. Number 2. Sandy Koufax. For a brief but blazing period, Sandy Koufax was untouchable. Though his career lasted only 12 seasons, his dominance from 1961 to 1966 was perhaps the greatest sustained peak any pitcher has ever had. During that stretch, Koufax won 3 Cy Young Awards, a National League MVP, and pitched 4 no-hitters, including a perfect game in 1965. His devastating fastball-curveball combo was nearly impossible to hit, and his presence on the mound was pure intensity. Koufax led the league in ERA for 5 5 straight seasons, in strikeouts for 4 seasons, and pitched complete game shutouts in World Series games under immense pressure. In 1965, he famously pitched Game 7 of the World Series on just 2 days rest, throwing a 3-hit shutout to win the championship for the Dodgers. Despite chronic arthritis in his elbow, forcing him to retire at just 30, Koufax left the game with a career ERA of 2.76, 165 wins, and a reputation for pitching perfection. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1972, the youngest player ever inducted. Number 1. Jackie Robinson. April 15th, 1947, a man walks onto a baseball field in Brooklyn and the world changes forever. His name is Jackie Robinson, and before he ever swung a bat, he carried the weight of a nation on his shoulders. Wearing number 42, Jackie stepped onto the diamond as a Brooklyn Dodger. He was 28 years old, a rookie by baseball standards, but he carried the weight of generations on his shoulders. For decades, black players had been barred from the major leagues. Jackie was about to tear down that barrier, not just with his bat and glove, but with his very presence. The pressure was unimaginable. From the moment he joined the Dodgers, Jackie faced relentless hostility. That first season was just the beginning. Jackie Robinson had not only changed the Dodgers, he had changed baseball, and baseball, in turn, was beginning to change America. By the time his career ended in 1956, Jackie had been named to 6 All-Star teams, won 1 MVP award, and helped the Dodgers capture 6 pennants, and at last, the 1955 World Series championship, the first in franchise history. For Brooklyn fans, that victory was a dream come true, and for Jackie, it was proof that perseverance and talent could triumph even in the face of hatred. And there you have it, 2 decades worth of Dodgers greatness, from the Duke of Flatbush to the modern brilliance of Mookie and Kershaw. These players weren't just athletes, they were storytellers. Every hit, every pitch, every stolen base added another chapter to the Dodgers' legacy. Dodger Stadium may change with time, but the echoes of their feats will always live here, in the cheers, in the memories, and in the dreams of the next generation. If you loved revisiting this history with us, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into baseball's greatest stories, and tell us in the comments, who's your favorite Dodger of all time?